Hello and welcome to my video. Right, so what am I going to do? Well, before I actually figure out what I'm going to do, I'd just like to say if you're watching this on the on my as a premiere, I hope you like the intro. This is something that's made by YouTube, and this one I just like it because I'm a frustrated drummer, I think, and I like the sort of drumming effect on the final countdown of the intro. Now, of course, if you didn't watch the premiere, you may not have any idea what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's get on with it. And this is one of these paintings that I'm going to be giving away. So it's very quick and simple. I always say that, and usually they go on for an hour, but this one is definitely going to be under an hour because it's actually quite a small painting. As you can see, it's that by that much. And I'll put the measurements on the screen. So this is Japanese red and white, and what I'm going to do now is just stick a little bit of royal blue in it and just see what sort of sky we can make. And it's, you know, well, who knows? Who knows what'll happen? I don't. I'm always the last to know. Couple of things. So I've got a video planned coming up soon where I'm doing a collaboration with an English artist who lives in France, and he is a watercolour artist, very good one too, self-taught, but he can handle watercolour, which I have to say, it never came easy to me at all, really. I've used watercolour, I've used it to produce illustrations for magazines, but not the way he paints. Mine were very sort of tight little illustrations rather than paintings that were done in watercolour because of the fact that it would dry quickly, and they could get it photographed and moved around in front of cameras, etc., to get it reproduced quickly. So with oil paint, you don't quite have that sort of freedom. So here we are, a sky. Let's hope it turns out to be a reasonable sky. Anyway, the plan, unless you don't know, my plan is that I will paint quite a lot, well, a heck of a lot of these small paintings. I'm going to be doing one in a couple of days on my next Zoom class. And I'll give it away to someone who's in the Zoom class. So if you want to sign up for that class, feel free to do so. If you want to sign up and reduce the price of the sign-up, become a patron. Now, I know that sounds counterintuitive. If you pay a certain amount, you get a free Zoom class 2 times a month. If you pay not quite enough to get it free, you get a big reduction. I couldn't tell you what it is. But it may be explained on the Moments page. Moments, Momence is the company that books my classes. Sometimes they get it wrong, mostly they get it right, but they're doing a lot better than I could do it. So this is, as you can see, without wanting to repeat myself too much, a sky, very quick sky. Royal blue, red ochre, bit of white, chucked on, wallop. A bit of a reflection here, I always get this trouble. It's, and particularly now, what with it being, at the moment, outside is 100 degrees. If I sound like I'm going to pass out any minute, it's probably because I am going to pass out any minute. I've turned the fan off in the room because it will... you'll just get a droning sound, which won't do anyone any good. So that gives me more incentive to get this painting done as quickly as I can. So now I've got my sky on, I'm going to put a bit of land on. While I'm doing that, I'll tell you about this artist, this watercolour artist. I'm going to put a link below. There's his name on the screen now, so that'll give you something to go and search for on YouTube. He has his own channel. Just the collaboration that we're going to do will probably be him and I painting a seascape. And we're both, this is just me thinking out loud at the moment. I haven't discussed it in detail with him yet, but we will do it. But we'll do a seascape. We'll probably start from the top, work down. So I'll do a sky, he'll do his sky. Now his sky will probably be a lot quicker than mine because of the nature of watercolour. And I've seen several of his videos and he doesn't hang about, he's quite fast. So yeah, so anyway, we'll do the sky, then we'll do the sea, then we'll do the beach. And it's just, I suppose, really to show a comparison between the different mediums or media. And it'll be a bit of fun anyway. So there we are, a very simple landscape. I'm just going to put a few marks in it, just to to show a little bit of perspective. I mean, the painting almost done. If you want to keep it really boring, that's a very boring painting. But I'm going to start pushing a little bit up into the sky, just to make it more interesting, frankly. So this is sap green and red ochre down here. I was considering doing this all with a palette knife, but I don't know. I'll do some palette knife on it. So a few little light bits that I've left there. A suggestion of something in the distance, bit of low-lying cloud. It sort of echoes what it's like here at the moment. It's not just hot here. We are stuck in a, I think what they call it, maybe they call it the same elsewhere, canicule. It's a little pocket of, I'm sure someone out there will know more about this than me. Of course, I could Google it and put it up on the screen, but it's too hot to Google. So yeah, it's like a pocket of trapped weather, I suppose, where nothing's shifting, and it just gets hotter and hotter and more humid. And it is quite revolting. It's not pleasant. I'm going to put a clip up in the corner here, showing you a painting by Robert Mee, not me, M-E-E. A little thing up in the corner there, no sound, just to give you an idea of how quickly he works and how what I like about his way of painting is the economy of brushstrokes. It's very, very simply stated, which is exactly what I like in a painting. I like the if I like any other paintings at all, which I do, of course, obviously. I don't just like mine. I like it when people produce what they want to say in a painting with the absolute minimum of brush marks. So it's like a virtuoso, a violinist. There's no fuss. They just get on with it. Okay, so there's some fields, just hints of fields. Now, I'll just tell you about the reason I'm doing this. I have patrons on my Patreon site, and they donate to me to help me buy paint, and as I always say, the most important thing, to buy cat food. Not for me, of course, but for the cat. The cat greatly appreciates the donations. Anyway, I figured it's time to start giving something back, so why not just give out paintings? I think it's nice to give people a little, well, a surprise, as long as it's not an unpleasant surprise, but it's a nice thing to do. Hopefully people will keep the painting forever. And that's it really. I just like the idea of giving something back, and why not? So yeah, in each of my Zoom classes, for the next few lessons, quite a few in fact, as I said, there's one on Saturday, today is Thursday, There's 2 a month, so I will do one of these each lesson and give it to one of the people in the class until everybody in the class has got a painting. Then I'll start to give them to people who aren't in the class, who are just patrons. Well, I say just, who are very important patrons. I'm just going to put a line there because I think I want to. There we go. Impression of a landscape. There is no actual landscape, it's just a feeling. It's a feeling-scape. Now, what I'm going to do next is, with a palette knife, is just put in a few little twinklies. Sorry about paper tearing, probably comes over a little bit loud. I might have shown you this before, just try and squeeze past this thing to get to my computer, but I have some that I have already painted. Now this one's not the same size as that, this one's deeper, but that's it varnished. Has quite a nice effect, and I hope it's in focus. Just double check that. That's in autofocus now, so that should be reasonably sharp. So that's one that's mostly palette knife, very little brushwork in that. So there we are. All you have to do if you get a painting, the painting is free. All I want you to do, if you don't mind, is pay the postage, which is not a lot for a painting, I suppose. Now, a little bit of white paint, just while I'm mixing this up. So, oh yeah, I think I mentioned this before. I'm not promoting Starlink satellites, but I have a Starlink connection now for the internet, and it means that I can upload a painting in 55 minutes. Whereas before I got Starlink, it would cost me, it would take me 24 hours. Yes, 24 hours, isn't that ridiculous? In this day and age. So, a little bit of white there, just to, you know, I love the sort of hint of water in the distance, but also, not necessarily just water, but just marks that can represent something, but you don't really know what they are. It could be a little village way over there. It could be a big village and it's further away than you think it is. But anyway, it's over there. So let's put a few more specks into it. There. So for those people who say I never paint buildings, those are now buildings, and they're a long way away. Now the sky at the moment is very subtle. Very difficult for me to do that because I like, you know, I like drama in the sky. And I also, funnily enough, I quite like the horizon line, although it's a tad on the crisp side for me. So I think I might keep it crispy there, if that makes sense. So you'll see these little bumps. But over here, I think we'll just sort of do this thing where we get to the, the line between the sky and the land, and just do a little bit of scumbling together. That mixes the sky colour with the land colour, and there you go, you get a misty, distant effect way over there. And I might leave that as it is. Next thing I'm going to do is same palette knife, and let's see what we can do with this. So we've got these dome-shaped clouds here, but I think it probably needs a couple of these too. Because, as I said, I cannot help myself. I've got to do it. And as they say, you should always follow your passion. And my passion is clouds. All right, this just gives a little bit of definition. Now, that's good. There will be some lumps in the paint, but, you know, some paintings have lumps. Doesn't really matter. The thing is, with a little painting like this, if you get one of these, what I would recommend is if you frame it, then you you want to get a gold gilt frame, quite a broad one. So if this, okay, so you can see the size of the painting next to my hand, roughly. It needs to be about that thick. So you put that all around the edge, big, thick gilt frame. And the reason I recommend that is because quite often in major museums, a lot of pictures of this type have big gold gilt frames. And the reason they put them on, these pictures, is because it looks good and they know what they're doing. So follow their recommendation and mine. It suits sort of tonalist impressionist painting. Okay, now, if you don't like lumpy paint, what you can do is this. Completely unused brush. Doesn't have to be totally unused. Okay, so dry, clean brush, quick wipe. That's it. Everything is now smooth. I might go slightly smoother, but yep, I think I prefer that. And now up here, I'm going to just squish that bit a little bit and do that to it. So maybe there's a hint of a storm over on that side. The temperature in this room is now approaching sauna level. So I'm going to be stopping soon, not because of the temperature necessarily. It's because I think it's actually nearly done. So if you've enjoyed this, please like and share and tell your friends and tell your friends' pets, everyone you can think about. Even people who don't like painting, because maybe they'll like painting when they see this, and maybe they'll thank you for it. I'm not quite done there yet. I've just got to sort of have to do this, so let's just a little bit more there. That's what I want. You see, now you can do this with a palette knife. You don't need a brush necessarily. In fact, palette knife clouds can be often more interesting than brushed clouds. Okay, I think that's probably it. So yeah, thanks for being here. If you want to be a patron, there's a link below. If you want, what else might you want? If you want to come to Zoom classes, there'll be links to the sign-up site. And also, if you follow me on Facebook, you'll see I put up adverts, not Facebook adverts, but my own adverts, every now and then, just to sort of let people know that there's a Zoom class coming up. There's 2 a month. And also sometimes I do 2-day events where I'll pick an artist, like the most recent one was Constable. Before that it was Turner. And then you paint something in their style. Or, in fact, it doesn't even have to be exactly their style, but something that it might inspire you to do. Still not happy there. I'm just going to fiddle with that just briefly and put a little bit of extra light below that. And don't forget, go and take a look at Robert's YouTube page. He's on Facebook as well, so I'll put the link to that also down below. And sure he'll appreciate a few subscribers and likers. So that's, I think, probably done now. This is going to be a nightmare for me to edit because of me saying things and changing my mind every few seconds. I often tell my Zoom class friends that it may take an hour to paint a picture, but it will take 3 hours or more to edit it. You have to listen intently to every word, just in case you say something deeply embarrassing. Right, that's it. I'm off. Thanks for being here. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.